Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers swept my Brewers in the 2025 NLCS, and before the World Series probably means it's time to talk about how his baseball swing, that's considered left-handed, is really a right-hand backhand motion. More specifically, the move he gets to impact from here to here is a dead-on match to a disc golf backhand release position, shown here. This position will absolutely make you a better hitter or a ball striker because a baseball and a ball golf swing should really be known as a direct match to a disc golf backhand. We consider Ohtani to be a switch hitter, a right-hand dominant player who swings left-handed, but instead we should think of him as swinging right-hand backhand in the exact same way that AB is throwing the disc here. DG Spin Doctor takes us through really what we want with the arm and the wrist hinges.
Ultimate fix is to keep the elbow and the wrist line on the same swing plane. Like we're having a hula hoop around us, we want to have the same swing plane from start to finish and to the follow through.
Spin Doctor is showing that the plane that you want the throw on is parallel to the ground, whereas in the baseball swing and the golf swing, we want it more angled towards the ground. In disc golf, when it's parallel to the ground, it's called a flat, but when it's angled down like this, it's called a hyzer. And we can see AB ripping some hyzer flips here. Scott Stokely will show us here how to go from a flat swing plane to a hyzer swing plane.
This hinge, as long as it's comfortable, nothing else moves above the waist. But once this hinge says, I don't want to move comfortably any further, then out of necessity, you'll use the second hinge.
Going back to Ohtani's swing, however, you can see that rather him having his elbow hinge and his wrist hinge aligned through the entire swing, he has them perpendicular and gets them aligned at impact. Perpendicular here, aligned there. This is totally fine and is something that some disc golf throwers do as well. Simon Lizotte, you can see it is perpendicular here, and in the slow motion, elbow hinge stays towards the target, wrist hinge becomes aligned at release. This is often called briefcase mode, as described by younger looking Gannon Buhr, who's the #1 player in the world.
Try to get the disc to be like that. It allows you to get your elbow a little higher up. If your arm's like that, it's hard to get your elbow up without being in an uncomfortable position. So tilt it down like that when you're pulling through. So you see a lot of pros, they reach back and pull through like that. We'll go here, reach back like that, and we'll pull through like this almost, because it allows you to get tighter to your body. It'll be easier to get the disc tighter and the elbow out and create that pop.
All these things I've shown with disc golf form and teachings are what Ohtani does for his right-hand backhand baseball swing. To show what it looks like when you don't have this wrist hinge alignment with the elbow hinge, the move that pretty much every baseball player has and is taught, and is wrong, we can look at Tommy Edman here, who gets a single. Wrist and elbow hinge perpendicular, and they stay that way until way after impact. In ball golf, this is like having a really strong grip, and if you've ever messed around with that, you can feel how easy it is to keep the club on plane because your elbow hinge is on plane. Here's Ted Williams in his Science of Hitting book showing the axe chopping and saying wrist roll after the ball is left to bat. The snap that everyone used to say was so important comes after you hit the ball. It occurs only in the follow-through. And I'm here to say that this is wrong, and Shohei Ohtani is showing you that this is wrong. And Ohtani is not the only baseball player to show that the front arm motion of the baseball swing can and should match the disc golf backhand form. Mike Trout is the other who shows perpendicular briefcase position here, and then coming to impact, aligning the elbow and wrist hinges. Remember Gannon Buhr talking about the pop with the disc? That's the pop. That's the alignment. That's the control you get when you have the correct front arm motion, unlike what Tommy Edman showed, unlike Ted Williams said was the way to swing. To give a quick ball golf example, I'll use Jordan Spieth here, and you can see down through impact, he has that elbow hinge point at the target, and then his lower arm aligns there through impact. I'll do a more specific video on Spieth later, but just kind of as a spoiler, Spieth swings left-hand backhand because he throws left-handed. Just like more on Spieth's swing, there's going to be more videos on Ohtani's swing, but the big one to talk about right now is the front arm positioning, the alignment of the elbow and the wrist hinge, and how it is a dead-on match to a disc golf backhand. For ball golf and baseball, We need to be front arm dominant, and we can absolutely learn that by learning how to throw a backhand disc.